It is the night of March 30th, 1990. You are sitting in the cockpit of a Belgian Air Force F-16, 15,000 feet over Wallonia. Your radar just locked onto something that should not exist. And in the next 4 seconds, it will accelerate from 280 kilometers per hour to 1,800. I'm Charles from Ether Tales. In this video, you'll see what 2 NATO fighter pilots actually recorded that night, why the Chief of Operations of the Belgian Air Force walked the press through the radar tapes himself, and the one detail about the second F-16's flight recorder that has never been publicly explained. And at the very end, I'll show you the single photograph taken 5 days later that turned this case from a military report into one of the most contested pieces of evidence in NATO history. Most UFO cases collapse the moment you press on them. One blurry photo, one excited witness, no instruments, no paper trail. Belgium is not most cases. Between November 29th, 1989 and April 1990, more than 13,000 people across Belgium filed formal reports of a large, silent, triangular craft moving low over the countryside. Police officers, air traffic controllers, off-duty military. 2,000 of those reports were taken as written statements by the Belgian civilian investigation body, SOBEPS. But what makes this case unlike any other in NATO history is what happened on one specific night. 2 Belgian Air Force F-16s scrambled from Beauvechain Air Base, 2 independent ground radars, 3 hard radar locks, and 1 man in uniform standing in front of the international press, telling them on the record that whatever the jets had chased, it did not obey the laws of physics that he, as an Air Force colonel, had been trained on. There is one piece of that night's recording that he refused to discuss in 3 separate interviews. We are coming to it. It is just before 11 at night on March 30th. A man named M.D.L. Rankin, a gendarmerie officer, is at home in the village of Thornby-Skemblu, the kind of evening where nothing happens. He is, at this hour, off duty. He steps outside. Above his house, completely silent, 3 white lights are moving in formation. Slowly. Too slowly to be an aircraft, too steadily to be helicopters. He picks up the phone and calls the Belgian Air Force Control Reporting Center. At almost exactly the same moment, 2 completely separate radar stations register an unidentified return. One of them is operated by the Belgian Air Force at Semmerzake. The other is a NATO installation near the town of Glons. Neither station knows the other has it. The duty officer at Glons cross-checks the contact. It is not friendly traffic. It is not commercial. It has no transponder code. It is not on any flight plan. At 2300 hours and 5 minutes, the order goes out. Scramble 2 F-16s. The 2 jets lift off from Beauvechain Air Base. The lead pilot is Captain Yves Meelbergs. His aircraft is an F-16A equipped with the AN/APG-66 pulse-Doppler radar, the same radar system NATO used to track Soviet MiGs. This is not amateur equipment. Meelbergs is vectored toward the contact by Glons ground control. He sees a return on his scope. He sets the radar into single target track mode, the highest fidelity lock the F-16 of that era could achieve. A small white diamond appears on his head-up display. The lock holds for 3 seconds, and then the diamond moves. It does not drift. It does not turn. It accelerates in a way that nothing in 1990 has any right to. 280 kilometers per hour, 500, 1,000. The radar return climbs the scale faster than the display can comfortably show it. From 280 to 1,800 kilometers per hour in seconds with no sonic boom. with no visible exhaust signature, with no aircraft on Earth in 1990 capable of doing that. The object drops from 3,000 meters of altitude to 1,700 meters in approximately 1 second. That is a vertical descent of roughly 1,800 kilometers per hour, a maneuver that should rip any known airframe apart and shatter every window for 10 kilometers below. Nothing on the ground hears it. If your stomach just dropped reading that, hit the like button. It tells YouTube to push this case to people who actually want the real files, not the watered-down version. And the F-16 pilots tried to lock on 2 more times that night. Both times, the object reacted. Over the next 75 minutes, Meelbergs and his wingman make a total of 9 intercept attempts. The object is tracked simultaneously by the F-16's airborne radar, the ground radar at Semmerzake, and the NATO radar at Glons. 3 separate detection systems, same target, same impossible behavior. On 3 of those 9 attempts, the F-16s achieve hard radar lock. Each lock lasts between 3 and 6 seconds, and on each one, the object reacts to the lock itself. It accelerates, it descends below ground clutter, it vanishes from the scopes, then it returns. That pattern matters. The object is not running, it is testing. Eventually, low on fuel, the jets break off. Mission control logs the contacts. The pilots land. 2 flight recorder tapes from the 2 F-16s are pulled and sealed. Here is the question I want you to think about. The Belgian Air Force later said the object seemed to accelerate only after each lock. So which is it? Was this a machine intelligently aware of being targeted by a NATO radar? Or was it an automatic evasion system from a technology that should not have existed in 1990? Drop your theory in the comments. 1 tape from that night was released. The other was officially declared to have suffered a magnetic malfunction. To this day, 35 years later, no one outside a sealed Belgian Air Force archive has seen its contents. And the man who signed off on that release is the same man who held the press conference. In July 1990, 3 months after the intercept, Colonel Wilfried De Brouwer, Chief of Operations of the Belgian Air Force, walks into a press briefing in Brussels. He brings the radar tapes from Captain Meelbergs' aircraft with him. He plays them frame by frame. He shows the diamond lock. He shows the acceleration. He shows the descent. He confirms on the record in uniform, with rank in front of NATO press, that the Belgian Air Force has no explanation for what its fighter jets detected. The Belgian Defense Minister, Coëme, confirms the events in a separate public statement. No NATO member state has ever, before or since, made an admission like this. A serving Air Force colonel, soon to be Major General, telling the international press that his fighter jets locked onto an object that violated the laws of physics and that his service cannot identify it. In 2009, the full 1990 internal Belgian Air Force report on the case is officially declassified. The conclusion in that report: the object remains unidentified. Remember the detail De Brouwer refused to discuss in 3 separate interviews? It was the descent, 3,000 meters to 1,700. In 1 second, he told one journalist, off the record, that if the radar data was correct, then either the object did not obey inertia, or our understanding of inertia is incomplete. He never repeated that line on camera. 5 days after the intercept, on April 4, 1990, a 21-year-old man in the Walloon village of Petit Rachin takes a photograph from his back garden. It shows a flat, black triangle, 3 white lights at the corners, 1 pulsing red light in the center. It is sharp, it is dated, and it matches, almost exactly, what the gendarmerie officer at Thorenbach-en-Bleu described 5 days earlier. 3 independent analyses in the 1990s, including one by the Belgian Royal Military Academy, find no evidence of photographic fakery. The photo becomes the most reproduced UFO image in European history. In 2011, the photographer publicly admits the image was staged. Styrofoam, fluorescent paint, a hoax. And yet the radar tapes from March 30th do not change. The 2 ground stations do not change. Captain Meelbergs' lock does not change. The colonel's press conference does not change. The declassified report does not change. If a NATO fighter pilot locking onto the impossible is the kind of file you want this channel to keep opening, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. The next case is one the Pentagon graded outstanding. 2 F-16 scrambled, 3 radar locks, 2 independent ground stations, a chief of operations on the record, a defense minister confirming, a declassified internal report, and 1 flight recorder tape that, 35 years later, has still not been seen by anyone outside a sealed military archive. The hoaxed photograph took a piece of the story. It did not take the radar. The jets landed, the colonel retired, the tape stayed sealed, and whatever flew over Belgium that night was never seen on a NATO scope again.